Episteme. So today I am going to give a review about the ABC murders by Agatha Christie. This is a very interesting one, a very interesting novel. From the beginning to the end, it's like nailed by him. We can go through the text with so much interest. I'll give you a short glimpse of the story, and I hope that it will be interesting. I hope that I can make it interesting for you. So please listen it very carefully. And remember, friends, this is about murders and a detective finding about the murder. So you should be very keen on whatever I say, and you should suspect everyone in the story because it's detective. Okay. So the main protagonist of this novel is Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot. He is a private detective, not an official legal one. Private detective, a non-governmental one. And he is a very intelligent man, and he has a friend, and the friend's name is Captain Arthur Hastings. They were once in a time they did all the investigations together, but they got separated, and now they are repeating again. So as friends, all day they will be talking about the past times, and Captain Arthur Hastings was asking Poirot whether he had come across any new case, any new criminal case. That's the time when Poirot went to his room and took a letter. The letter was sent from an unknown person, an anonymous person. Poirot handed it over to Captain Arthur Hastings. The letter was mentioned that Mr. Hercule Poirot. So this was the letter written to Hercule Poirot. You fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor, thick-headed British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you will find this nut hard to crack. Look out for Andover on the 21st of the month. Yours and ABC. So whomever has written the letter, he has not exposed his name. He has just said ABC, and he has mentioned the place. The place is Andover, and the date is 21st. Something is going to happen on that day. What's going to happen? Poirot doesn't know. Poirot doesn't have any clue who sent the letter. So he was thinking something bad is going to happen. And the police, he informed it to the police, and the police started the investigation. They said that on 21st of the month, on the 21st of the month, nothing happened. So they were all calm, nothing happened. But suddenly a phone call came to Poirot, mentioning that an old woman selling tobaccos and newspaper died in her shop. She was bashed with something on her. Who would have done that? Poirot doesn't know. Poirot is very, very scared because this letter has come true. It should have been the letter, the person behind the letter. Poirot rushed to the place, and he saw that an old woman, a very old woman, bleeding on the back of the head, died. So the old woman's name was Alice Asker. She has a husband. Her husband's name is Franz Asker. This Franz Asker was a drunkard man. He always used to beat Alice Asker, and he even threatened her to kill her. So the primary suspect was Franz Asker, because he was a drunkard man, and he already threatened Alice Asker to kill her. But Franz Asker was a poor man. The letter written to Poirot was written in a thick paper, and with a very costly ink. And Franz Asker was a drunkard man. He can't write clearly. With such intellectual details, he can't write. And he doesn't have the money to buy such thick paper and ink, printing ink. So it can't be Franz Asker. Someone third person has done it. Poirot was thinking. And also, the woman was, while the time of death, the woman was stooping down, trying to reach out for something in her counter. So it should be some person who came, some customer, right? Because only when a customer comes, a shopkeeper will bend down to take something. If it was her drunkard husband, she would have faced him directly face to face, and she would have scolded him or thrashed him or anything face to face, not stooping over a counter and trying to take something. So the murderer came as a customer, and killed. Who could tell? This was not taken big issue in the newspapers because it was an old woman, and in English custom it would be taken a big news only if the victim was a beautiful young girl or a very famous personality. That was the English custom. And after that, a second letter to Poirot. So this is not a end. This is just a beginning. The first letter was just a beginning. Second letter came and a new praise. The letter mocked Poirot for his incapability to find him, and the new place he wrote, it was Bexhill, and the time was 30th time. Poirot was very anxious. Another murder is going to happen. He doesn't know the name of the murderer. He doesn't know where he belongs. All he knows is ABC. So he went on to find. And you should note this. The first victim name was Alice Aston, starting with A, and the place was Andover, starting with B. The second letter, Bexhill, starting with B. So the victim should be a name starting with B. It was like an alphabetical order. So the Poirot was trying to search, but no, the person was murdered. A very young girl, Bexhill, very young girl, her name was Betty. So Poirot went to the place and found that the girl was strangled with her own belt on a beach. And when he investigated more, he found that the girl had a sister, and her name was Megan Banner, and also a fiancé whom she has to marry, and his name was Donald Franks. When the police investigated more, they found a railway guide, ABC railway guide. The railway guide's name was ABC. It was found near the dead body. It was also found near the dead body of Alice Aston. The murderer is trying to say that this murder is connected to the ABC letter. So they went on to search they started the investigation, and they went to Betty's family, and Betty's mother said Betty's mother was crying. She said that she had bought new stockings for her daughter, but her daughter didn't return. And Megan Bernard, she said that Donald Franks once threatened Betty Bernard that he would kill her, because Donald Franks was a very good man. Of course, he was a very good man, but Betty Bernard was a flirt. She went to hangover with all the men she liked, even though she had a fiancé. After so much of tolerance, Donald could not tolerate it, and so he threatened to kill him. So the police, the crime suspect would have been Donald Franks, if not the letter. And also Donald Franks was not at the crime spot during the murder time. He was at his holiday. So this also went by, and the third letter came. The third letter mentioned a new place, Chesterton, C, starting with C. And so the murder's name should start with C as well. And so they tried to do something, but nothing happened. And a person was killed. His name was Carmichael Clark. He was a wealthy businessman, and he was killed by the same way, by bashing his head. The police went there. They started the investigation as usual. As the run of the mill, they started the investigation, and they found that the Carmichael Clark was a very wealthy businessman, and he had a wife who was so ill, and they had no children, and they had a brother, Francis Clark. If Carmichael Clark is to die, all the property is to be inherited by Francis Clark, because Carmichael Clark has no children. But Carmichael Clark had a secretary. Her name was Thora Gray, a very young and beautiful girl. So police suspected that Francis Clark could have killed Carmichael Clark, fearing that he would marry Thora Gray and he would get some new children. So his shares would be reduced. So this was the prime suspect, but the letter saved Francis Clark, because it was not written by Francis Clark. They thought that it could not not be written by Francis Scott. And so the third murder also went by. Poirot was thinking, why this man sent this letter to me? What was his motive? The first question a detective that comes in a detective's mind is, what's the motive of the murder? What could be the motive? Of course, the letter was written by a madman, because only a madman would write a letter and send it to some detectives and wait for the opportunity and wait for them to publish in the news so that he can get publicity. He's like a very insane man. So this should be written by an insane man. But what does an insane man want? Maybe he is killing all those who crossed his path, or maybe those people troubled him. But in what way? Poirot doesn't know. Then the fourth letter came, and before the fourth letter, Francis Carmichael went to Poirot and said that we can start a legion, we can start a team of all the relatives and friends of the previous victims. And as a team, they could have seen the murder, right, at some point of time. When they see the particular person again, they should be able to identify. At least a 10% chance. So they formed a team and they went on, and this was happening. While this was happening at one point of time, the writer introduced us to another case. A new character. His name was Cust, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. He was packing his things. He was 6 feet tall and a stooping man. He was packing his things and he was going to somewhere before the date of the murder. The fourth letter mentioned 11th of September. Before 10th of September, he was packing everything. So you should doubt. Before 10th, he was packing everything. He was going to somewhere. So the housekeeper of Cust inquired him, where you are going? He said, I am going to Manchester. But he was not actually going to that place. After Cust left, the housekeeper, Burberry, her boyfriend came and said that Cust was leaving to somewhere, to Doncaster. The fourth place where the murder is to happen, Doncaster. So this should create a doubt in you, because he said lie to the housekeeper that he was going to Manchester, but he was not going there. He was going to Doncaster. And the crime happened in a theatre, and from that theatre, Cust was leaving. He was leaving to his room. When he went to his room, he found a knife with blood stains in his pocket, and he also found his sleeves stained. And he was to wash it in the wash basin. Suddenly, an attendant came. She saw everything, and the police inquired. The attendant informed everything to the police. The police arrested. But is Cust the murderer? Could a crime thriller expose a criminal so easily? There should be a catch in it. There should be something mistaken. Poirot thought that something is off the hook, because I said Betty Barnard is the second victim, and she was killed on a beach using her own belt. So the murderer should have lured her, should have faked to love her and take hold of her own belt and strangle her. So to lure her, he must be handsome. But Cust was not handsome. He was a stooping man. He was not that kind of a man. And Cust was not intelligent. He was like a stupid man. He was a fool. Wherever he went, whatever things he done, nothing he succeeded. So he can't write that letter. And so Poirot did an investigation. Secret investigation. He went to Cust and inquired and speak to him. Cust was exploding. I didn't do anything. But after that, Poirot said to Cust that we found the printing machine you used to print the letters, and it was in your own home. Cust accepted that he did. Something is not happening right. After a few days, Poirot called all his Legion team members, and he said to them that he has found something different. The different thing is that Cust could have not killed the second person, the second victim, because at that point he was somewhere else, far away from the crime spot. So he could have not killed the second person. Maybe he had killed the first person, the third person, and the fourth person, because many murderers used to take advantage of the other murderers who do serial killing. When a serial killing is happening, some murderers will take that as an advantage. and follow the same procedure of the serial killer, kill someone whom they don't like, and after that the case would be on the heads of the serial killer. But the method of the serial killer is not known to anyone in the public. It's known only to the police, only to the close relatives and people. So someone near Poirot, with Poirot, should have done that. Who should have done that. And also he said, the Poirot said that there was no motive for us to do that. So let's go from the people with us. First one was Franz Astor, the husband of Alice Astor. He could have not done that. He is not such an intelligent man, because everything was like very intellectual. Everything was timetable. Everything was perfect. The perfect murder. A madman can't do that. An intellectual man should have done that. And then Donald Fraser. He was not at the crime spot. He was at a holiday trip, so he could have not. The next person is Francis Castle. He was the brother of a wealthy, rich man. He feared that his brother would marry Thora Gray, and they would have children, and he would not get his shares. So Poirot turned toward Francis Castle. He could have done that. And he explained all the things. Like he also got the proofs. Francis Castle leaving from the Francis Clark leaving from the theatre. The photo taken there, and Francis Clark fingerprints on the printing press, which was found in Pest. The printing press which was used to print the papers sent to the Poirot. So finally, they found the victim, and he was very handsome. Francis Clark was very handsome, and he could have lured Betty, and he could have killed her. So the victim was found, and the case was solved. So in this Agatha Christie, it's a very confusing novel. It's a very confusing murder. You will see that someone would have been the murderer, but at the end point of time, he is not. Someone different is. So, and at points of time, she also adds humor. And this was quite a good novel. You should try reading it. There is a movie. There is a movie based on this novel. You can watch that, but that's totally different from the entire novel. So try reading them. So thank you for giving me this novel.